Hello everyone, welcome to In Focus program. Today's topic of discussion is Governor versus Government. Points of discussion will be background of the news, role of the Governor, doctrine of pleasure, important judicial pronouncements, instances of tussle between the Governor and the Government, way forward and practice questions. First of all, moving on to the background of the news. In an unprecedented move, the Governor of Tamil Nadu had dismissed a minister but later backtracked. This has again brought in limelight the role of the Governor and the extent to which he can exercise his pleasure. The decision tests the constitutional limitations on the role of the Governor and pushes the Raj Bhavan into uncharted political territory. The minister is in judicial custody in various criminal charges against him. Now moving on to role of the Governor. Governor is the nominal executive head of the state. He forms an important part of the state executive where he acts as the chief executive head. Role of the Governor: he is the vital link between the center and the states. He ensures the smooth functioning of the democracy. The chief minister is appointed by the Governor. He is bound to act on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Now let's discuss about doctrine of pleasure. The pleasure doctrine is a concept derived from English common law. In England, the moral rule is that a civil servant of the crown holds office during the pleasure of the crown. Under this doctrine, the crown was empowered to dismiss any civil servant working under it. In India, Article 310 codifies the doctrine of pleasure in Constitution. Article 164(1) of the Constitution states that the Chief Minister shall be appointed by the Governor and other ministers shall be appointed by the Governor on the advice of the Chief Minister, and the ministers shall hold office during the pleasure of the Governor. The Governor is not empowered to act without the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers, as has been held by the Supreme Court in a catena of judgments. The pleasure of the Governor is understood to flow from the fact that the government enjoys majority on the floor of the House. In a constitutional scheme in which they are appointed solely on the CM's advice, the pleasure referred to is also taken to mean the right of the Chief Minister to dismiss a minister and not that of the Governor. In short, the Governor of an Indian state cannot remove a minister on his own. Now moving on to important judicial pronouncements. Shamsher Singh versus State of Punjab 1974. A 7-judge constitution bench of the Supreme Court has held that the Governor must exercise formal constitutional powers only upon and in accordance with the aid and advice of their ministers, save in a few well-known exceptional situations. Nabam Rabia and etc. versus Deputy Speaker and others 2016. The Supreme Court cited the observations of B.R. Ambedkar. The Governor under the Constitution has no function which he can discharge by himself, no functions at all. Subhash Desai versus Principal Secretary, Governor of Maharashtra and others 2022. The Supreme Court in this case that the Governor cannot exercise a power that is not conferred on him by the Constitution or a law made under it. M. Karunanidhi versus Union of India 1979. The arbiter of the Supreme Court stated that a minister is appointed or dismissed by the Governor and is therefore subordinate to him, whatever be the nature and status of his constitutional functions. Now let's discuss about tussle between the Governor and the government. West Bengal. The ruling government and the Governor have been in a constant tussle. The Governor has been accused of summoning the Chief Secretary and the Director General of Police on a regular basis. When they do not turn up, he takes up the matter to Twitter, often tagging the Chief Minister. The Governor had also withheld his assent to the Howrah Municipal Corporation Amendment Bill 2021, delaying polls to the civic body. Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi has not acted upon the TN admission to undergraduate medical degree courses bill adopted by the Assembly in September 2021. The Governor is required to either send it to the President of India for approval or return it for reconsideration by the Assembly, but the indefinite delay in taking a decision is undermining the legislature. Now lastly, let's discuss about the way forward. Rajamannar Committee 1971. Role of Governor. The Rajamannar Committee stressed that the Governor of the state should not consider himself as an agent of the centre but play his role as the constitutional head of the state. Sarkaria Commission Recommendations 1983. Hung Assembly. It provided the order of preference the Governor should follow in selecting a CM in such a situation. Appointment of Governor. CM should be consulted in the Governor's appointment. Dismissal of Council of Ministers. The governor cannot dismiss the Council of Ministers when it commands a majority. Punchi Commission Recommendations 2007. The Punchi Commission on Center-State Relations said that the governor should invite the leader of a pre-poll alliance commanding the largest number or the largest single party to form the government in case no party or pre-poll coalition has a clear majority. Now it's time for the practice questions. First of all, prelims question. Consider the following statements about governor. 1. The governor promotes cooperative federalism as he is an important link between the center and the states. 2. The governor is the appointing authority of the civil servants in the state. 3. The governor can dismiss a minister unilaterally without the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Which of the following statements is or are correct? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. And now mains question. A governor should be discharging his or her duty in accordance with the spirit of the Constitution, not just be an agent of the center. Comment. So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.